Good morning, everybody. We are going to learn more idioms today, English idioms. Yes, so let us continue to learn. Here, I'll share my screen. Just a second. Yes, I hope my screen is visible to you. So, today we are going to learn some more idioms, and the first one which we are going to learn today is a blessing in disguise. Okay, so first of all, before learning this idiom, it is better to learn this word that is disguise. So many of you might not know the meaning. Yes, so the meaning of disguise is concealing our identity. We don't want to show our identity. Yes, we don't want people to know who we are. So that is the meaning of disguise. Okay, so a blessing in disguise. What is the meaning of this idiom? The meaning of this idiom is a good thing that seemed bad at first. Okay, so there was something which was good, which was happening, but at first we thought it to be bad, right? So let us make some sentences with this. That is, the first sentence is being confined at our homes during the coronavirus pandemic was a blessing. Okay, blessing in disguise. Being confined at our homes during the coronavirus pandemic was a blessing in disguise. So when the coronavirus pandemic started and we all were quarantined, at that moment we thought how we are going to spend our days inside our homes without visiting the malls or without going to our workplace, isn't it? But then later on, when we all started staying together, all the family members, we started staying together, we all worked together, we developed a very good bond within each other, isn't it? We all came to know each other in a much more better way. Yeah, so that is why it is known as blessing in disguise. So being confined at our homes during the coronavirus pandemic was a blessing in disguise. Yes, and then the second sentence, the pandemic was an evil or a blessing in disguise, like so many of our problems. So there are many problems. Yes. So at first we think it to be a problem, but later on we find it to be a blessing, isn't it? So today our next idiom which we are going to learn is a dime a dozen. Yes. So what is the next idiom? It is a dime a dozen. So dime here means small portion of money. Small portion of money. So you can say small paisa, 10 cents, 10 paisa, 5 paisa, something like this. Okay. So dozen means we all know when we buy bananas, we say give us a dozen. So a dozen means 12 bananas, right? So a dime, a dozen means something common. So something which is common. So our sentence here is those dresses are so pretty, but they are a dime a dozen. Means those dresses were very pretty, but there were huge number of those dresses. Okay, so sometimes we don't want to buy dresses which are common, means which are commonly worn by everybody. Wherever we see, we will see the same dress is being worn by the other person. Maybe it is of different color, but the design and pattern is the same. So some people, they avoid buying such dresses. Yes, so why? Because those dresses are common, and we can call it as a dime a dozen, something which is common. Then our next sentence is street vendors are a dime a dozen in tourist spots. So when you go to tourist spots, you will see so many street vendors are there, isn't it? So they are common over there, isn't it? So that is why it is known as a dime a dozen. So here we learned about two idioms, that is a blessing in disguise and a dime a dozen. Yes. So let us move to our next slide. We will learn a little bit more idioms. Okay, it is not moving. Oh, yeah, it is there. Okay. So our next idiom is beat around the bush. So it is a very common idiom, but I have written it over here so that people who do not know, they should know about it. Yes, beat around the bush. Avoid saying what you mean, usually because you are uncomfortable. So sometimes it happens you have done some mistake, or maybe you have scored bad marks in your exam. At that point of time, you say something round and round to your parents so that they don't get you correctly. So at that point of time, if they catches you, means if they come to know that you want to say something but you are not saying them the thing. Yeah, so at that point of time, they can suggest you not to beat around the bush. Yeah, so here our sentence with this is stop beating around the bush and come to the point. Yeah, so either your parents can tell you stop beating around the bush and come to the point, or sometimes even you want to you talk to your friends in a round and round manner, you don't come to the point. Yeah, you talk about hell lot of things but you don't talk about the main thing, right? So at that point of time, your friend can tell you, stop beating around the bush and come to the main point. Yeah. Then our next sentence is, tell me frankly what you want and don't beat around the bush. So here somebody is telling you, when you are beating around the bushes, means you are talking hell lot of stupid things and you are not talking about the main point. Yes. So at that point of time, the listener can tell you, tell me frankly what you want. Don't beat around the bush, right? Yes. So then our last idiom for today is better late than never. Yes. So better to arrive late than not to come at all. So in Hindi also we have one phrase like this, like I'm not remembering it. Yeah, some mama, nahi mama say, andha mama, acha, something like this. Yes. So better late than never. Okay. So the meaning is better to arrive late than not to come at all. So what is the sentence we can do with this sentence? We can frame with this idiom. We reached the party almost at the end, but it's better late than never. So we reached the party late, but it was good that at least we went there, we visited there, and we were present there. So if we wouldn't have gone there, people would have told those people they have not, they didn't come and they didn't attend the party, and so many other things they can talk, isn't it? So it is better to arrive late in the parties than not to go at all. Yes, the gift arrived so late, but it's better late than never. So I had ordered for a gift and it didn't arrive for so many days, but before the party the gift arrived. Yes, so it is better late than never. It was good that it arrived than not arriving at all. Yeah, so today we learned four idioms, that is blessing in disguise. The meaning of blessing in disguise is a good thing that seemed bad at first. Yes. And then a dime a dozen, something which is common, something common. And then we learned beat around the bush. That is, avoid saying what you mean, usually because you are uncomfortable. Okay. Usually you say hell lot of things when you are not comfortable to say the main thing. Right? And then better late than never. It is better to arrive late than not to come at all. What is the meaning of this idiom? That is better to arrive late than not to come at all. So I hope you will remember these idioms, and yes, just a second, I'll come back to this. Yeah. Yes. So try using these idioms while you are writing something, or maybe when you are talking. Sometimes we are not able to express our feelings. So at those points of time, if we use idiom, it becomes easy for us to express our feelings, and also for people to understand us. Yes. So keep using these idioms, keep learning with me, and please do subscribe and like my channel, and keep learning. Yes, keep learning, and keep upgrading and developing yourself. Thank you for today.